Speakers of Heidelin is made possible by our generous patrons. Special thanks to our Supreme and Master Speakers, Omeji Cat Comet, Arisu Yamakawa, Alex Franco AV, Winebow Brood, Aurora White, Psyche, Asuta Starbreeze, Cletus Oreo, Lily Black, Bob Cece, Mictor Rabentau, Anathus Moonscar, Pamela Isley, Elenriel Maximus, Codrith Novelist, Mira, Celestau Notrell, Lazy Boy, Luke Osborne, Tex, Kai Lin, Arthur Law, Beridan Derard, Cypup, Spencer Christmas, Celine DeLune, Edwin, Webster Wolf, Severa, Circa Barrakiel, Kazran, Ventos Tia, Ryark Forbear, Late in the House, Tony, Arcadia Lunashine, Framboise Zaccaro, Bergie Fudge, Seffield Cafe, Gregorium Cartus, Eros, Uananitsa, Tyler Curlyfries, Nat Clay, Chibi Duo, Jace Adama, Rurik X3, and Rivicus. Get early access to audio and video versions of the show, including the post-show, by supporting us at patreon.com/speakersxiv. Thank you.
This is Speakers of Heidelin.
Good evening, Aorcians. Welcome to Speakers of Heidelin, episode 471. I am Lukile Bravestone, and Rollo is here, but for some reason... I
I'm here.
You weren't here
I'm not
last
disconnected.
week. Let's see. Let's just fix that. That didn't fix it.
I was at a company retreat, guys. It was fucked up.
Damn.
Oh, yeah?
Take us to the middle of nowhere, expect us to be friends and everything is weird.
Yeah.
I like it.
Okay, anyways, welcome. It is episode 471. It's September the 20th, 2025. And today we are reading yet another Yoshi-P interview. It's not the last that we're going to read, actually, in a row. I think we're likely to read another one next week, I think. But we're going to read about it today, read this one because this one talks about Beastmaster, among other things. So that's interesting. Also, be checking into our MogMail. Again, speakersxiv.com/MogMail. Thank you for sending in. And stay tuned for the post-show if you're watching live. We'll be answering questions from the Syndicate. And hopefully that's all we do. Now, for an update on Spooktober. Spooktober starts on October 1st. And we now have our schedule. The schedule is when you're watching this on demand on YouTube, the schedule will actually be up on the website. But you can go in right now and at speakersxiv.com/Spooktober25. And if you're doing this right now live, you'll see that there's nothing really there. It's just the page has been reserved for the schedule. I had actually made a schedule, but then the formatting shrunk it to like a little square, and I just had a boomer moment and just tapped out. I have to prep for the show. I can't do this right now. So I'll sort that out by the time you're watching this on YouTube. But we can mention maybe we shouldn't go through the schedule. We are playing Silent Hill F. That's our flagship game, if you will, for this Spooktober. So that will be every Friday. Check out our schedule.
And it will continue afterwards if we need it to.
We'll play it for as long as we will finish it. No game that we play that has like a story will be like abandoned because Spooktober is over, because we've only done that once, which I forget.
That was Alan Wake, wasn't it?
Yeah, Alan
that wasn't a Spooktober game.
That wasn't a Spooktober game, but we did abandon that game.
For Alan Wake, really not even. I don't understand the hate for it, but whatever.
No one understands our hate for it, and honestly, based on everyone's feedback, I don't understand why we didn't like it either. But there were a couple of it was just too clunky. We struggled with
the concepts are really good though. It's a good game in theory.
Yeah, we have promised that we'll play Alan Wake 2 one day. But the game that we actually abandoned was that one where it's where our most famous meme one of our most famous memes.
It was called something like Song of Sorrows.
Song of Horror.
Something. Song of Horror.
Well, no, wasn't it Alien Isolation? Didn't we?
Okay,
abandon
sorry.
that?
We didn't
Twice.
finish that either.
Well,
Yeah.
that didn't have a story. That was just terrifying.
That game actually was too scary.
That game is too scary for too long.
Yes. I was afraid I'm going to get a heart attack playing that game. So, anyways, we're not going to fall into that again. We've chosen relatively short games for the rest. Silent Hill F being the only long, really, game that we're playing in Spooktober. Anyway, more information on speakersofvideo.com/Spooktober. Okay, with that out of the way, let's jump into recent events. And we start with Tokyo Game Show 2025. We have information about 14's presence. Join us for a special stage event at Tokyo Game Show 2025. We'll be announcing new details of our upcoming crossover with Monster Hunter Wilds, followed by an in-game look at the crossover content with special guests from the Monster Hunter Wilds development team. The stage event will be streamed for Warriors of Light around the globe to watch online, so don't miss out. Read on to read more about our booth and official merchandise. Go to the Lodestone for that. I don't know. No, we haven't read any of this. Final Fantasy 14. Or have we?
We've done the booth and official merchandise.
Okay, so we've already. Oh yeah, of course we did. Yeah. You're right. So there you go. There's a special Monster Hunter Wilds crossover booth. So you can get more information about that. But what we're actually going to talk about is... Well, we'll talk about that in a second, actually. There's more information about the... I should have... Our show notes are a little messy today, actually. I'm noticing. We probably should have done that next as like a follow-up. But, okay. So, there you go. Join them at Tokyo Game Show.
Be there. We will. Exclusive coverage on the ground.
Surprise!
When's the live show?
The live show... Oh, sorry. So we haven't done this part. Okay. So, sorry. Okay. Sunday, the 28th of September, from 6 to 7:15 p.m. GMT, 7 to 8:15 p.m. BST, or 4 p.m. to 5:15 p.m. Australian Eastern Time.
Did you see the first ones were P? Yeah, I think the first ones were AM.
Oh, sorry, they're AM.
It's 24 hours.
Yes, of course. 6 a.m. to 7:15 a.m. GMT, or 7 a.m. to 8:15 a.m. BST.
We'll be there.
We'll be there, guys. Look out for us.
Will we?
We're there. Yeah, we'll see you at Makuhari Mess Hall 3. See you there.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. There's a paid streaming performance for the Primals, Dark Decades Tour, Bukodan paid stream. Ticket price is 4,400 yen, and a system usage fee of 330 yen.
Yeah.
Which will be charged separately. Very exciting stuff.
Yeah.
Remember when you bought tickets for a live performance, you didn't watch it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's insane to me.
I mean, you probably want to tell people how long they can watch it for, and from when and they can buy things for.
The ticket sale period starts Tuesday, the 14th of October. And the viewing...
No, it's until the Tuesday, the 14th of October.
Oh, sorry. Until the 14th of October. And the viewing period is from the 29th of September till the end of the performance.
If you want to watch it live.
Oh, sorry. That confused the hell out of me. It's like, what's the point of buying a VOD access here? And then the archive video is available from Tuesday, the 30th of September, around 9 a.m. GMT, 10 a.m. BST, 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Time, till Tuesday, the 14th of October, around 14:59 GMT /15:59 BST / Wednesday, the 15th of October, around 1:59 AEDT.
Mm-hmm.
a portion of the comments.
Exciting.
Yeah, a portion of the comments posted during the performance will be available to view via the chat replay feature from Monday, the 6th of October at 3 a.m. I'm tired of reading times. Just fucking figure
You
it
don't
out
have to
yourself.
read all the times. I mean, but why only a portion of the comments? Why not all of the comments?
Because they will spend the day between when it ends and when it is archived scrubbing them to remove anything negative.
Yeah.
You will only get the censored comments if you watch the archive VOD, where it says
Fair.
"Soken," more like "broken," and
Never coming back.
Koji Fox, more like Koji Box. So you don't have to read things like that.
True.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's that. The Primals. Go watch it if you want. More information on the Lodestone.
We'll be there.
Yeah, we'll be there. We'll be there. Look out for us. Now, talking about the Monster Hunter Wilds crossover. There's a special site now available.
Monster Hunter.
Now, Malum, try
My time to shine.
to contain
Get
your
ready to
Get
have
the button ready.
Get the button ready. Yeah.
Let's see. Special
The thing
site.
about Monster Hunter.
Yeah, okay. You know what? Actually,
Use microphone.
no. What I'll do is I will just keep it on for the entirety of this segment. Okay. Unfortunately,
This looks really good, actually.
yeah, it does.
I'm quite excited for this.
We have.
Oh, not me. I'm mad. They fucked this up, man.
Oh my god.
The
what is it
armor
now?
doesn't look like. It
Oh, the
should.
armor.
The armor looks like I've never played Wilds. I've no idea, but this armor looks like just 14 armor, but really crunchy looking. Really, I don't know. There's something really ugly about like the textures on it. I don't know what it is.
Well, we'll
it might
look
just
at
be
it.
the
Well,
images.
yeah, we'll look at it.
Oh, I am very
But
zoomed
the
in.
fight should be cool. I hope. The
Yeah,
armor
art-
looks
Windward
cool. Let's see.
Wilds.
The Windward Wilds. So
Arcveld.
this is the website. A mysterious mark bill finds its way into your hands, sparking a hunt for otherworldly prey. Alongside your feline client and dependable sacred steed, you soon discover your target is none other than the dread guardian Arcveld, bane of hunters. With a hearty meal of grilled meat and a generous supply of mega potions in hand,
no.
the hunt for the White Wraith is on. Average item level
Mega
requirement
potions.
725.
So that mechanic's coming back then.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know. I don't know why you thought it wouldn't.
Of course it
I
would.
just thought maybe they'd switch things up, do something
That's
interesting.
a fundamental feature of Monster Hunter.
Yeah. You're gonna get stunned, man. You're gonna like it. You're gonna get hit, and you're gonna be like, "Oh, I'm so far. Oh, I was out of position." Well, you won't say that. You'll just be upset.
Yeah.
But we'll tell you you're out of position.
All right.
And then there's the extreme version. A far more grueling challenge awaits adventurers who successfully conquer the White Wraith, complete with exclusive rewards. Eye level requirement
Yeah.
740.
There are 8 people.
Whoa.
There are 8 people here for this extreme. Is this a feature of Monster Hunter Wilds that you can have 8-person parties, Rollo?
No, it's still 4-person hunts.
Okay, so they just didn't make it a 4-person extreme.
Oh
Okay.
my god! Oh, what?
Well, ruined then.
Unplayable now.
Whole event ruined. Cancel
That was-
the collab.
This isn't my Monster Hunter. I'll say that.
It was definitely the appeal of Rathalos extreme, where it's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's 4. That's neat.
Yeah.
It felt almost mid-core. It
Well,
was what
there
people
is
wanted.
going to be a 4-person extreme this patch anyway, so...
Yeah. Okay. Rewards. Here are the disappointments.
Boo.
I mean,
Well, this is more to show off the weapons, isn't it, as well? I mean, the gear is
Oh
there.
yeah, the weapons are cool. It's just the
The
Arcveld
weapons
weapons.
are okay.
yeah. The
There are people saying, is this all the weapons? It does say and more at the very bottom, so there's possibility of more than just a ninja, Dark Knight, Dragoon, and Black Mage weapon.
yeah, for
My
sure.
Black Mage Hammer.
The black. Oh,
There'll be one for everyone, I imagine.
Yeah.
I don't know if is that necessarily true. I don't think there's enough weapon types in Monster Hunter for it to be 100% transferable.
well, like half
They
of them are
can
like
come up with
guns.
designs.
So
Yeah,
Yeah.
they can make things up.
I mean, they
I
would
mean,
have
they
to
might not
make
be,
things up.
but
yeah, but I think the weapons look cool. The gear's a shame. You got the starter armor. It's not as cool as Arkveld armor.
And
So
what
boom.
do I see? The horrendous hood
The hood.
Oh yeah.
shit that I hate. which it's just a headpiece with like flaps at the bottom.
Yeah.
The flappy headpiece.
Yeah.
I'd probably. I think I like the second one a little bit more because they call them alpha and beta now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it looks a little bit better there.
Yeah.
I
Maybe
will
not the
say,
shorts, but
Having seen the Arkveld armor from Monster Hunter Wilds, it would look hideous in our game.
Yeah.
oh, I would expect some
Probably.
changes for sure. Not 1-to-1. That's not what anyone wants, really. I think, but I think you could have done it. You could have done
Look
better.
at some of the PvP sets, the Monarch set, the Fiend set, or the Archfiend set. They're pretty adjacent to like the style of Monster Hunter. They're a little bit smaller. They're not as chunky, but I feel like some of them could do well. And I think the fur on Arkveld is the main issue, but they could have adjusted it. I just think this looks like it looks like gear from Tuliolal or something. And but
Yeah.
Yeah, it does have the
fully
same
leather.
color scheme.
Yeah.
the green and orange and blue
Yeah.
sort of.
Well, then it's the perfect expansion to introduce it then.
Yeah.
I guess,
guess
but I don't need more of this.
Mm.
I'm not really excited. I much preferred the Rathalos set. It looks so much better.
I think
than
the
this.
weapons are cool, but yeah, the gear does not
Yeah.
really speak to me now. Mount.
I like that. Is
Yeah,
this the
the secret-
Sacred?
Yep, it's just the equivalent of a chocobo. It's
a
real cool.
raptor.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. And then minions, we get a
You get a baby secret and a vigor wasp.
oh
The glowworm
okay.
blob.
All right.
They're good. I remember them.
Yeah. And then housing items too.
This was this one's out of the blue.
Yeah.
You get the training
We got
dummy.
housing items last time.
yeah.
Only like a spinning bit of
But
meat.
we got a spinning bit of meat. Was essentially what we got. I mean, this is like a whole. you can
This
build
is a
whole camp.
yurt.
Yeah.
No, yeah, we get the little tent is super cool.
This one, I'm curious about. Is this going to be an actual functional training dummy?
I hope so.
Level 100.
That'd be cool.
What is it? A Moogle with
I'd
big
imagine-
floppy arms?
Yeah.
Or
like a-
the,
no,
whatever
it's a-
they're Phelan,
The
feline,
feline is.
yeah.
whatever they're called.
Yeah. So pretty cool. Very
Polychrome.
very in-depth event. I like that. I like that with the Monster Hunter.
And more.
And more.
And more.
So
Maybe they'll still put the gear in, guys. Maybe
You
Arkveld
got
gear's in there.
Maybe.
How do I do this?
I love
Yeah.
this part.
Remember that for the first one, the Extreme did have a different bit of gear set, didn't it? It had the. Well,
It
was
had
it
the
just
dial
diable?
version.
Oh, it was just
Yeah.
diable. Okay,
Yeah,
never
yeah.
mind then.
Yeah. So just to start a new character in Final Fantasy 14, reach level 100,
Okay.
profit.
2 steps.
Easy.
2 steps.
Easy.
Easy.
I can
Not
do that.
necessarily. That's not. That is ignoring the fact that you have to reach eye level
Oh, yeah.
725 as well.
That's
There's
true.
technically a third step. You're
Yeah.
not letting us know about that.
No.
That's the question mark step.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's just look at a time to beat for Final Fantasy 14 right now.
Yeah. What does it say?
Actually, yeah.
Well,
what-
it's a range.
Okay.
It's 100 hours or 3,400.
Oh,
Oh. I see.
You know.
who was it? Which one of you was it?
What-
Which one of you cranky
What a-
old man was it who
What an
took
insane
3,400
range.
hours?
Okay. Well,
It's more like I think 250 these days for MSQ.
Okay.
250 hours or so.
yeah.
Jesus.
All the MSQ.
250 hours. Guys, it's definitely worth it.
I mean, I would say it is. It's a Final Fantasy 14 is a
Until
good-
you finish and walk up and it's just fucking downhill. Joking, that was a
Oh
joke.
shit! Oh shit!
That was a joke, guys.
Oh,
that was
yeah,
just
sorry.
a joke.
Where's the-
Put the
Yeah,
button.
there it
That,
is.
that was a joke before I find myself
Yeah,
being
yeah,
supported
sorry.
by a right-wing Twitter.
That was a joke. He was joking.
Twitter Reich.
Yeah. The Twitter Reich,
The
please.
14th Reich.
Sauron's eye just turned like towards you for a second
Yeah.
until I
Oh no!
flashed
Don't
this.
bring Sauron. Sauron has more class.
God.
Okay.
This is a funny thing. this will probably be the first and only time you can fight Archibald at 60 FPS. So
Okay.
enjoy that, guys.
Oh, don't! Oh, yeah, I forgot.
That game still runs like ass.
Oh, yeah.
60 or higher, Rollo.
So,
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Maybe
true.
even 70.
Damn.
Ooh,
Better
wait.
than the 35 you get playing that game.
God. They still,
What
well,
do you mean?
yeah. Okay,
Don't
well,
patch it.
they'll patch
No.
it.
They haven't.
No. Okay. Damn. Okay, well, there you go. That's the Monster Hunter Wilds crossover. Again, what's the date? Have they given a... when does it actually...
What's the
Patch
date?
7.35.
Okay, so it's in the
I've lost
very
the
near
plot
future.
of when that will be.
Yeah, same. It's...
That'll probably be first or second week of October.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go. Okay, then we move on to Tales Under the Golden Sun. Now,
Whoa.
we're going to review this right now.
Hmm.
But I'll just say right off the bat, we have all read them, the stories. I can only remember the first one, and the others, like, they slipped off the folds in my brain. Like
I think that's very impressive to have forgotten the latest one already.
yeah. I mean,
I mean, yeah, I can
brain
remember all of the
will-
general.
my brain will refuse to store information that is dull, and
That is fair.
And I'm sorry to say, these stories are dull, except for the first one. I like the first one.
I liked the Dancing Green one. I thought that was
I
pretty
guess
like
that
the
was,
Dancing
that
Green one.
It was
very
okay.
Interesting. It was
They
interesting.
progressively get worse as you
And
go along.
the
Yeah.
BKJJ wasn't
I
anything.
like the
Pointless.
BKJJ one as well. It
Yeah.
is pointless,
Well,
but
let's-
I thought it was funny.
Let's work our way through them. Well, we're not going to give you a summary or anything. You should go read them
Give
yourself.
me the
But
generic
We'll-
outline of them.
yeah, just
We'll
a
give you
basic
the-
outline, but we'll discuss more
The
like
synopsis.
yeah,
Yeah.
the quality of the story. But the first story is about the death of Queen Sphene.
Yeah.
Death of Queen Sphene, and the plot, the conspiracy around her, discovered by her royal knight.
Zelenia.
Selenia, yeah.
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 Basically,
This one was the most plot relevant.
yeah, this one was good. This was a
of them.
good start. The
It was a good
I mean,
start.
it's the one that's probably going to be the most relevant moving forward in the MSQ.
yes,
Yeah. It was an interesting one. It gave us background on
Patch 7.4 will open with us participating in a funeral headed by Sphene.
100%.
for sure. Yeah. The story starts with. I mean, it's this. This is the story. The queen is dead. Well, it starts with them not knowing,
Dead.
She's dying.
but she's dying.
She's
sick.
dying of Levin's sickness.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Zelenia and Otis are discussing, what's going to happen or whatever. Zelenia goes to visit her in her chamber, learns.
Yeah.
She never sees the queen, but
No,
the
the physician.
tutor,
Not allowed to.
yeah, is like,
Yeah.
she's dead. Don't tell anyone before we have like a decree or whatever, and get out of here. And then,
Get out of here!
but she
Get out of here!
And then she's like, oh no, but is she really dead? She has like a feeling that something's weird because she died too quickly. People that die of Levin sickness die very slowly, and it's a very painful and horrible way to die. And while she had lost the ability to speak, she was still able to she was still,
Communicate.
she could communicate through
Yeah.
her eyes and stuff. So that was, I don't exactly remember how
Yeah.
she...
It was a 5-year time gap, and then
Oh, yeah, that's
she
how it
had
happened.
basically she'd been looking into it for as long as possible.
Zelenia
She
had
broke
been.
into like where the coffin was. She figured it out, and then she was
Ambushed.
ambushed by the physician along with some knights, guards, whatever.
It was a trap.
They lobotomized her.
Yeah.
They took her
And she was-
brain.
Yeah,
Well, they didn't lobotomize her.
They did.
Well, they
That's hard.
they turned
they
her
gave
into...
her a lobby B.
They got a
got
lobby
rid
B.
of-
They stole her memories. But if she had a lobby B, she would not be back now.
No, that's true. So that's the story, essentially. Just
That's
a
it.
little bit of
Yeah.
That's the good
backstory
one.
on how Queen's Fiend was.
Also, Zelenia died because we had no idea how she died. We'd known that Otis willingly gave up his body to become the first an experimental endless.
Yeah.
Zelenia had no choice in the matter.
No, she was ruined by the evil people.
She knew too much.
She did know too much.
The second one is The Party Never Ends, which is about Dancing Green.
Yeah, or a here.
Yep.
Um, This is basically about him reconnecting with his heritage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because his parents, or mother at least, were two Yulalalians, and then they got domed.
They got, it's a
His
different
dad was
meaning.
like,
That's not what that means.
got domed, and
You
then
shot in the head.
and then his dad was a big dancer and abandoned the family. His mum
His
raised
dad
him.
fully. Well, no, that's how. If you've
That's just
done all
cultural,
the,
yeah.
that's a. What are they called? What are Vieira called in this
Chitona.
place?
Chitona.
Yeah, that's a Chitona cultural thing.
Mhm.
The dad goes away and then comes back to visit every now and then because
Yeah.
they're supposed to be polyamorous is not the right word, but they're supposed to breed amongst many women.
Just breathe. Yeah.
He
Yeah, like real
basically
rabbits.
appeared in. He went to Solution 9 to sort of learn about his father, learn about the world.
His father adopted Alexandrian culture more readily than his mother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he found himself in a disco. He thought the disco ball was the heavenly sun, which
The
they talk
sun.
about.
Yeah.
Oh,
He liked dancing, but he kept it secret. He realized that
his
it was
mother made
passion.
fun of him
Yeah.
for thinking it was this stupid boy.
My stupid cringe son.
He became a big shot. She left when the dome was gone to kind of go back south to.
Because his mother told him to pursue his dreams and become a dancer. But when he came back one time, his mother was gone. He's like, "Oh no, she's dead," but she's not dead. She just left.
Yeah, and his dad was there instead. Like, hey, son,
His deadbeat
like
father.
Yeah, his dad sucks.
She's got a Slurms McKenzie background, like from Futurama.
Yeah.
It's cool. And then, he became a gladiator, and you know the rest of this.
Yeah, it sort of ends with him learning about us.
Yes.
Yeah, kind of.
progressing.
Like, we're going to be taking part in his wing. So it's a story of both his past and then like just before that patch.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't mind that.
I like this, but I feel like there are other Arcadian members I'd want the backstory of.
A bit
That's the thing.
random.
It was weird that they chose him. I mean, he's interesting, and I liked kind of some of the background here. But this is like where it started to.
I mean, it gives
like,
insight
what's
into
this series
Chitona
about?
culture.
I guess
Well,
so.
may-
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get the rest of it in the rest of the raid series. So
Yeah.
Maybe.
still time
That's
for.
true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I need a Wicked Thunder or a
Oh yeah.
What's the guy called? I don't remember their names anymore.
You mean the eighth guy?
Yeah, the eighth guy. I need their
Oh,
backstory.
God, yeah. What's his name?
Yeah.
I climb dude who climbs.
Yeah.
What is his name?
I don't remember his name at all, but Red Sara.
I don't
Yeah,
want
but what's his
don't want
fight
real
name?
name.
Yeah, what's his ring
fight
name? Oh.
We're so close. We're on first name basis.
When I'm talking about Dancing Green, I don't. Unlike Mailer, I don't call him
Howling Blade.
Hiya.
Howling Blade.
That's
Thank
what it
you.
is. You know what? I want to see the love story, how that started out between.
Yes,
them.
that's what I want to know. I want
There are much more intriguing
some-
like
Sappy.
people.
Yeah.
because we'll also probably get backstory on the Brute Bomber as well because he was friends with the Howling
Brute
Blade.
Bombers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brute Bomber could be interesting. The romance could be good, and Black Cat and the little sister could also have some
Yes.
interesting background.
Yeah.
I feel like Dancing Green, while fairly interesting, was probably not the best choice. I guess it would have been worse if it was Sugar Riot because no one cares. But at least Or like she probably has even less story than this guy.
Yeah.
I just don't know. I don't feel a need to know about her. But whatever, it was cool. You get to learn a bit.
Yeah,
it was okay.
I
This one was the
wasn't
okay
disappointed.
one.
Okay. Yep. Now it's A Silent Vow, which is
This is BKJJ.
BKJJ and the Yuk. I can never
Well,
say
he's
it right.
going around atoning for his sins because he obviously released Valley God Amanda.
Mm-hmm.
And this story, unfortunately, it's basically him doing the MSQ, but everyone hates him, and he goes to all the different peoples. He does a little task for them, and they're like, "Oh, actually, you're an okay guy," and it's it's fine, but it's very nothing.
Yeah.
I love BKJJ, so it gets points for him. But otherwise, if this was not BKJJ, this would be a really bad story.
Yeah.
But he has a cute little picture of him holding the flower at the end.
That was a cute picture of him surrounded by llamas.
Yeah,
Yeah, the pictures are good.
Sorry.
he's so moe.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a storybook though, so they're the best bits, which is annoying.
Yeah.
I think this would be a less enjoyable. This story is good because you get insight from Buckle Jar Jar's perspective, and Buckle Jar Jar's perspective is kind of amusing to read.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the good bit about this, but it is, as a story, a wee bit bland, if I may say
Exactly.
so. But
Oh, if you think a story is bland.
speaking of bland, Her Guiding Light is the last story, which is about a funeral that's about to take place.
You'd have thought this was Sven's story.
Well, it does take place.
But it's not Sven's story.
Right.
Sven isn't good enough to have a conversation that's just her. Because anytime Sven opens her mouth or wants to do any activity, who pops their furry face in and has to join in? It's only our good old friend Wook.
Yeah.
Or I'll come with you. No! Let Sven and the kid have a good time and go and explore who they are. Oh my god.
Should we put the mailers joking for this one?
I was
No,
trying to-
this-
I was
that
trying
was
to put it in
annoying.
like a little, it's
A little fading? Okay, a little bit.
Yeah.
This felt like a cutscene in the game. Because you're doing a quest and then it's oh, Kona, Wook Lamat, what are you doing? Oh, we were just on our way to do what are they doing? It was an interesting concept for the story though. It wasn't very well written.
That's
I wouldn't be based on this actually. Now that I've rethought about it, this talks about Kona, Wuklamat, and Galuja coming to Everkeep for Zaraljar's funeral.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised.
Ceremony.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if patch 7.4 opens with that.
I wouldn't either, because we ended with the Blades
Yeah.
and Gulurjar hoping to train.
Yes, that's true.
I don't mind the idea. I think that's nice. I think it'll be a good way of getting closure on his arc.
Mm-hmm.
I just wish this story had focused, like the little girl who wanted to go and see
You're
the
saying
stars.
you're not satisfied with the end of Zaraljar's storyline being him finding out that he fucked a woman and had a child he didn't want?
Well, Zaraljar had a very quick, complicated story, didn't he?
Yeah. Yes.
It was a whirlwind of emotions for him, and he didn't have any emotions.
He had a lot of emotions.
He
He was
had-
a very sheltered. He was an. I liked Zaraljar.
He had really big older brother syndrome.
Yeah.
A little bit. Where you're like, oh, I have to be everything because I'm the older brother.
Yeah.
It doesn't come through as much as in character, unfortunately, but I can see what they were going for, at least.
Yeah.
He shouldered a
said
lot
this
of
before.
burdens.
I feel like all of Zaraljar's depth comes right when we fight him and after he dies.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
And it's a shame.
Yeah.
There's hints of it throughout when he's obviously not trying to
Yeah.
actively destroy our chances like BKJJ is, but
Before that, crowd just kept telling us, "Oh, he's a very angry man."
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Just like their little baby shit. Like, oh, I can see the vibes. The vibes are nasty.
Rancid
know what?
vibes emanate from this man.
Yeah.
I gotta give him. he essentially had as much like story build up or character build up as like Elidibus, in all honesty. Where like it all just happened in a patch, really.
Well, yeah.
In the way that
Elidibus,
Elidibus, like, I mean, Elidibus had a long storyline, but as an actual like character people remember and enjoyed. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because before
I'd
that he
also
was
say-
just the dude in white.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I mean, I would also say that Elidibus's plot comes before he dies, which makes it more interesting.
Wait, yeah. I mean, having a character that's been in the game for a long time suddenly be developed, I like that. I don't mind. And honestly, Elidibus was the most interesting Ascian throughout the whole like
It is.
series.
It
so-
is it's sad because.
Oh, that's an interesting take.
Sorry, what was
from
it?
like the beginning of the game. Sorry,
Elidibus is the most interesting Ascian.
I found him the most interesting up until like the big part of the Ascians, because he was the emissary. It was very weird how he was treating us so differently compared to just big evil. You know,
Well, the
Black Robes
problem with Elidibus, and I think we definitely talked about this when we did the review of was this Endwalker or Shadowbringers?
Which
he
one?
wasn't the
Elidibus?
interesting in those.
Elidibus.
He wasn't the most interesting in those two.
He was in.
When was his
The
storyline?
Warrior of Light
concluded?
fight. That's Shadowbringers.
Yeah, that's
Shadowbringers.
5.4.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that he gets really interesting and then he dies and then he is gone and so we're done with him. You know that's.
But then
kind
he
of
comes back again and helps us go to
He
Elvis.
does come
Yeah.
back. He does come back, thankfully. But
So Zaralja can come back as a ghost to send us to the past.
There you
To
go.
improve
Yes.
his character.
there you go.
Well, I don't really see how that would work, given our understanding of lore right now. But
Lizard
who
Man.
knows?
Liz, he'll do it.
Yogi,
Electro.
I think it's very clear
Electro
from
has
this
many
Sextrope has many uses, Ed boy.
her guiding light story that the Alexandrians are chemists and they understand the principles of the universe.
Yeah.
So they'll be able to sort things out.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes.
because they mention the scattering of light through the air particles,
Which is the
which creates the blueness of the sky, which is what the sky is. It was the worst sentence I think I've ever read
terrible.
in like the last year. It was
Sorry,
a
but that
really
is a
bad
terrible
sentence.
line. But yeah.
I don't know who wrote
it doesn't-
these, but this story
'Cause it do-
was like a scientist had written a book. It was not very good.
It doesn't match with our understanding of the lore within
No.
14.
It doesn't fit Eorzean science as we know it, and I'm fine for them expanding on it. But the more they expand on Eorzean science, the worse it gets. You know, like with the introduction of what's the other one? Not Ether, but
Dynamis.
Dynamis. Yeah, that was already a rough journey.
Yeah.
Now the fact that we're actually, we've just discovered a new covalent bond for Fire Ether. Oh, triple Fire Ether bond.
Dynamis is just literally a measure for like heroic spirit. Don't
Yeah.
think about it too much.
Yeah.
It was good for the limit break law, though. That was a cool twist.
Yes.
I liked that.
Yes, that's good. Yeah. Okay, so there you go. Tales Under the Golden Sun. Go read it yourself. I mean, we've technically spoiled the story, but it is worth reading if you like.
Read the finer details.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And you can read that line about the light particles or the light air particles.
And
Air particles.
yeah.
all of these stories will probably be coming to the next volume of the Chronicles of Light, I think, as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
Probably.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. With a couple of extra ones that they always throw in.
Yeah.
There should be 4 going by the last one.
Ooh.
Okay, there you go. Thank you, Tales Under the Golden Sun. I'm thanking them because I'm already preparing to get into MogMail. I don't know why I said thank you. Anyway, Tales Under the Golden Sun. Now it's time for MogMail. We will squeeze in a MogMail. What's wrong
MogMail.
with me today? We're doing one MogMail. Let's go. Oh no. Okay, we'll see.
You got a big tongue.
Wrong. That's last week. Okay,
Don't we
we're gonna
read
do
that?
this
Read
again.
that, yeah.
No, that's also wrong.
No.
Hold on.
Next
we're
one.
We're almost
You
there. Next
fool.
one. Ah,
There we go.
there it is.
Hey.
This is from Animaniac from Famfret. I have an extremely important
the show?
question. I bring to you this week. It's a strange phenomenon regarding the final crafted tools of Dawntrail and previous expansions. For example, whenever you have a Gold Thumbs blacksmith hammer holstered on your character, it sheathes as a two-handed hammer and is scaled to be like a two-handed weapon would be. However, if you unsheath it, the model scales down to a one-handed weapon like all other tools. This happens for all primary Gold Thumb tools. The phenomenon gets even more strange, though, when you go back and check that this has occurred in every single expansion all the way back to Heavensward's crafted tools. Try on any 0.3 patch crafting tool, and it will appear as a two-handed weapon on your back. Does anyone know why this was done? It looks very goofy. Would love to hear your thoughts. I mean,
I was thinking this exact same thing.
Yeah, I mean,
this has been a thing that has happened for almost a decade now.
Yeah,
I think it was like
I
even
always
back on like the loosest tools. So
I remember seeing it. I was always just like, why is the frying pan there? I remember distinctly one of the pans on my back. Like, what the? I think it was the Stormblood, or maybe Heavens. Or like, what? I never noticed it again afterwards because I might have skipped the 0.3 tool sometimes. But yeah, there's a lot of weapons or tools in general that you notice they'll actually change their size when they do sheath or unsheath. It is very weird. They just stretch.
Yep.
It doesn't look very good, but I think it's just nice to be able to see the model, I guess, in big, because they're pretty tiny.
Yes.
Otherwise.
I think Chad is pointing it out as well. Like, I think it's because normally you would have it hanging off your belt, and it's quite the tool is quite small. So if you get like a very prestigious tool, you want to show it off, and so putting it on your back and enlarging it, and it kind of works with crafting tools because when you unsheath, that animation is so fast. Like, it's very fast, so you don't really see it, like, unless you slow it down. And we might have talked about this off air before, this like model morphing thing. I have seen a slow motion of it, and it does look really fucking funny when they pull out their massive hammer from the back and it just goes into like a tiny hammer. But yeah.
It happens a lot in animations for combat jobs. There's a couple of them where if your weapon's supposed to like be away from you, like with Piercing Talon, the throwing Dragoon skill, the weapon becomes super tiny, like microscopic, and then the particle effects come out.
Right.
But you can still see the very, very tiny spear. It's very funny. I think it happens sometimes with a lot of dancer actions too.
I've not really noticed.
They just turn into FX, like a visual effects.
Interesting.
They should do it for Dark Knight weapons. When you unsheath it, it goes tiny. Each got this tiny little weapon.
They should just
shield toss.
They should do that. They should do that for the whip, just so that like don't worry about animating it. Just turn it into visual effects whenever it does something.
Yeah,
let's do it. Add a whip.
That's true.
Want a whip, Yoshi-P, please?
Yeah.
Whoa.
So, what?
Just for that sentence, I want to whip.
Yeah, that is a weird. I didn't even process that. I want to whip Yoshi-P.
Yeah,
There was a comma there, guys. There was a comma. It was an unspoken comma.
Yeah.
I'm learning a lot about myself.
Okay. Okay. Well, thank you, Anna. We can maybe do the next one as well. Oh, that's a long one.
I think we can do the next one.
Okay, we're doing the next one. It is very long, and I can already tell you that it's going to be too big for the screen. So I'll play it regardless. We'll see. No, that's an old MogMail.
Oh,
Our entire that's so long ago we don't even know who it was. Okay, so that's not ready or somewhere else. The entire MogMail system is off today. Mr. Wolf said, from Goblin. Hello, speakers. Hope this finds you all well and with limited crazed computer chaos. My Windows 11 tower also corrupted itself and decided it didn't need a taskbar, and then it decided to not wake up. I'm so sorry.
I love Windows, man. It's great.
Yes. I'm writing about 8.0 today, but not story. I'd like to focus on 3 quality of life issues in the next round of zones that I'd like to see implemented or resolved for 8.0. Number 1. Zones feel dead once MSQ is done. This has been an issue with every expansion. You do the MSQ, you leave the zone, maybe you come back for a society quest. This makes post-expansion overworld gameplay feel quite thin, like the zones are dead content, except for fates/hunts. However, in each 0.0 expansion, or I'm assuming you just mean every expansion, there are a gazillion side quests that pop up and continue to pop up through the MSQ. Personally, I find them very overwhelming and distracting from the urgency of the MSQ. What I propose is that most, keep a few, side quests are held off from the I'm sorry, but it says 0.0 expansion, which I don't think I've ever heard used to refer to an expansion. I'm just going to say expansion. Are held off from the expansion, and instead are released as micro patches on a weekly basis after MSQ has had time to be played through, maybe a few weeks after the expansion release. Like a 0.1 patch. The way you'd have something to look forward to each week. A few fun side quests, maybe those longer quests where you do a series for one person in one location, and then a series for another person in another location, and then their stories meet at the end. That's 3 weeks right there, just for one zone. I think this would help keep the zones feel alive and more explored. And speaking of exploration, we'll get to that. Let's just work. Let's
Do you
just
want
do.
to?
Yeah.
Yes,
do
I was
it?
going to say.
Yeah.
It's a really good idea in theory. I think I would like them to consolidate some of the really not very good side quests into more effort on the really good, like, you know, the blue quests, the chain quests, the ones that are interesting.
Yeah.
Get rid of the more dull ones. But I think my issue with your idea is what I can only call the Final Fantasy XIV problem, which is every Tuesday when these are released, all those zones will be filled with people doing the quests, and then they'll be empty for the rest of the week.
Yeah.
Because people do everything they can in one day. I think zones need, and the idea is good, and it would make the zones feel a bit more active over a longer period of time. But we need like an expansion on the fate system. Yes. Like some way of just actually making being in the zones long term worthwhile to you as a player.
Yeah. We've talked about this quite extensively about side quests, so I don't think we should get stuck in this again. But there is like this overarching problem with 14, which they're starting to address, is that they feel like they have to do the same thing every expansion. It's like we need to have 1 million side quests per zone, because that's just what we do. So even if we don't have any inspiration for a quest, we'll make a quest like pick up some dog shit down by the lake and give me the bag so I can cook some shit soup. And then you'll do that, and you don't even read the quest text because it's just to get that side quest done. So
See,
they can cut.
I don't think that's how they go in. I don't think, other than the blue quests, they don't go into side quests thinking, I need to make this a side quest. I think they have the lore, and they're like, how do we fit this into the game? And if they can't think of a good way, they'll make a side quest that explores it that's not necessarily exciting.
Yeah, of course.
That's true.
I mean, obviously there's planning behind this, but I feel like they probably have
the lore.
Yeah, go on.
Like the good lore is great to have in a side quest. I would rather the lore be in a side quest, so I don't get distracted during the MSQ, where it's like, you know, Zoral just sent some giant mechs to destroy the city, but just heard that there's, you know, some good fishing down at the springs.
Yeah.
It's like, that doesn't, but the shit soup cultural lore, I don't think we need, like, that doesn't need to be in there.
Right.
We can pull away the not good quest.
That infamous side quest there, that one shouldn't have been
there. See, my point of comparison would be one quest that I think is optional. I don't think it's a blue quest off the top of my head, but it could be, is the one where you escort the Aura person from Sardu's quest up to the House of the Crooked Coin, and then she asks you to leave her, and then when you get back, you find out that she Minecrafted herself, and that's part of their culture to like end the cycle of rebirth. And then one that I can think of that I think is not interesting, but it does still expand on the lore that's not necessarily explained in-game otherwise, is that in I can't remember the name of the settlement. It's the first settlement of Cosmouka. There's one quest that says, "Go out and get me reeds." And then you come back and say, yes, thank you. I use these reeds. We use these reeds to make our roofs. Goodbye.
Yeah. That's,
Visual storytelling in Cosmouka could let you know they use reeds for their roofs because all of their roofs are made of reeds.
Also, why don't they show me any goods they make with the reeds, you know?
Well, they also
like the float.
They also they show you that they do that in the MSQ. So like, do we really need a side quest for that? I don't think so.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, there are some that can like it's already been told.
Yeah.
So does it need to be told again? And for what goal? Because I don't really, I'm not super enthralled when I found out about their reed houses to get 1,486 gil and 0.5% of a level on an alt job.
Right. Yeah.
So the rewards aren't there. And if you've got max level and they're going back to do them all, at least chuck in some tomes, some bicolor gems or something.
Yes.
At least to give them an actual
I do way
reward.
more side quests for bicolor gems.
Exactly,
Oh my God.
Yeah, I agree.
We're just retreading old ground. We talked about this before, but yes, absolutely.
Well, here's the new thing then. So I do like the idea that they mentioned of having it spread out a little bit, like they said 3 weeks. I think honestly it'd be nice if it was just like in between the patches, really, like every time, and it could be like, you know, these several weeks or whatever in between the patch, there will be several new quests that appear in Cosmouka, right? And I would hopefully think that they're a little bit more better written, a little bit more meat in the bones. It doesn't be amazing, but you know, just a little something to chew on.
Yeah.
And I think that would get people doing them if you like drip feed it. And it also makes a nice discussion about it too, because people are like, "Oh, did you do like the new quest that came out in Cosmouka?" It's like, "Oh no," and, you know, that's a it's like a way to make it.
I think an interesting way they could expand it is they could make it a variation of the society quest lines. Not all society quest lines have to be like former beast tribes. We could we could use the system to explore just other cultures in general.
Yeah, like the Moogle quest and stuff, where it's like interesting things about people in the realm or cultures in the realm.
Yeah.
And then that might save up their space. Instead of giving us travel agency, they could have given us, you know, goblins, which are at least more interesting, or, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
I think Shaloni in general doesn't explore the culture of the people that live there very much. Like both the Makote tribe and the Tonawatan or Huron city that's like just or settlement that's south of the springs.
Yeah.
I think both of those aren't explored very much, and it would be interesting if we got a chance to do more quests in them.
Yeah.
There's so little explored in Shaloni.
Yeah.
It'd be nice too if you get to see the quest like be about stuff that happens more recently, you know, like not just be stuck in the context of the base expansion when you're going through it. Maybe it could be more related to like, oh, the last patch, like, you know, when I don't know, the Roarnecks, right? We saved them, right? That guy was crazy. Whoa! I wanna start a bullfighting thing. I don't know, a Roarneck fighting.
Yeah.
But you know, there's no potential there. Of course, cool. This doesn't help any new player.
No.
It's still the same problem because they still got to have like a point when they show up and they'll just be inundated with more quests. But you know what? New players get it too good. You guys get too many things for you.
Exactly.
Something for the people who stay for this house that they've been paying for in 14.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, also like, drip feeding is good because part of the reason why a lot of people don't do the side quests or find them annoying is because the malaise that hits me when I see just suddenly there's just 20 quests.
There's so many.
And you don't know which ones are good or not. And you're like, oh.
And you can't focus on the stories because you're more or less encouraged to grab them all, do them all, and then hand them all in.
Yeah.
So if you did it inefficiently and like actually enjoyed each storyline, that's so much time wasted.
Yeah.
Picking up, you know, dog shit at the river.
They
like
just give you too much XP. That's what I hate.
Because
I do some of the side quests when, like, you know.
They do overlevel you, true.
Yeah,
But they also don't give you enough XP to make it worthwhile doing on another job.
Yeah.
Like, they're just not
that's
quite
the issue.
balanced.
Yeah. Okay.
Bicolor gems is the answer.
Yeah, we talked about
Anyway, you
this
should
before. Let's
move
move
on to part 2.
Yeah. Make dungeons explorable zones once completed. That's an interesting point. The devs are already sort of doing this, but I would encourage them to implement this across the board. Once you've completed a dungeon in the MSQ, have it unlock into a public dungeon. The dungeons are usually quite lovely, and by making them public, quote unquote, they would add complexity to the zones and more to explore. Also give us more access to mini locations like Zero's Domain or Hian's House. Take these public dungeons, toss in some lower or higher level mobs, maybe a hunt target and NPCs from the MSQ who have interesting things to say. The NPCs could even offer activities, which, leads to the next point, but that's an interesting idea.
good idea.
Because most dungeons have like an actual entrance in the world. More so a Realm Reborn up to like Heavensward, and then in Stormblood we started getting more nebulous entrances, which were like
they get on the ship to the place.
Yeah.
You know?
So less available for that. But like dungeons that have openings in the world I can see that, but that would be fun.
They could be filled with like super hard enemies that drop tomes
Yeah.
or gems or whatever, and you can go in with a group of people and just like grind them if you want to, instead of doing expert or whatever.
And guess what?
I don't think they would want. I don't think they'd want that as an alternative, because I think they'd want people doing dungeons so other people doing dungeons can have people to help them.
Right.
That is, nah.
Guess what you could do?
Nah.
What they did in 1.0. Put a leave meet in there and make leave-specific battle leaves
That'd be fun.
for the open world
I'd
dungeon.
like that.
Yeah.
Profit. You've done it.
I do agree with chat that like I don't think the instant servers are designed to handle that many people inside dungeon instances.
No, but I think what they're saying is that once you've cleared the dungeon,
It would be a normal
it's
zone
an
that you
overworld.
can jump
Remember,
into.
think 1.0. They just remove the barrier. Remember Sastasha's entrance? There's an entrance to Sastasha. You can see it go in. But obviously, because we've changed, this is an instanced game. Once you turn that corner, it cuts into nothing. But instead, they actually add the actual entrance to Sastasha. That is impossible when you think about how Sastasha starts as a dungeon. But that's what they're thinking, I think.
Oh no, I understand now. I'm just thinking like, considering they have a limit on the amount of keys they have to give away things on the Mog station, I feel like there's a limit on like public instance zones they have as well.
But do you think it wouldn't be an instance though, would it? If it's an open public dungeon.
It depends on the dungeon. They could add it to the overworld map, I guess, but that would also potentially run into issues. They might need to have multiple instances.
That might be like a memory issue, because they've talked about that still being kind of a thing. Now, I guess we have more now. But yeah, it would still have to be an instance of some kind. And when it comes to instance, it's always weird, because like the only way you get into them is like, through the queue menu. So I'm not saying it's impossible. I do like the idea too.
1.0 did
Because if it's a persistent,
where you just walked in and it just switched you into
1.0 had a hell of a lot less zones than
but
we
they also
do now.
had they literally had this system that they're talking about here, where they had instance dungeons, like for instance Cutter's Cry. Cutter's Cry existed in the overworld, but also had an instance version. You couldn't actually enter Cutter's Cry, but it is possible to do this. I just don't know they would never do it. This will never happen.
Not with our current dungeons.
What I'm saying is that I think it would be possible if they had the money and the will. This could happen, because this is not some magic and like impossible.
They don't have the will.
They don't. I'm saying it's not never going to happen.
I think they might have the will. I don't think they have the money.
They don't have the money, but it is possible to do, and it would be fun. And it would be a fun way to bring back the leave system, and I don't know, bring some life to the.
I think the issue is I feel like this works better for some of the earlier dungeons. Where exploration was actually a thing, like Sastasha.
Yeah.
They all Realm Reborn, all dungeons were pretty much built into the world, and it's slowly pushed away from that. And like I say, now it's just fly to a place, teleport to the dungeon. And it's like
like exploring Exploring Troya was very fun because they filled it with NPCs and it felt relevant. When they made us explore Lapis Manalis, I'm like, I don't really think this feels unnecessary. I feel like you're doing this just because you've discovered a new thing you can do. I think
100%.
it also worked. I think it also worked in Uwata Field Station because it was like an exploration thing because you were trying to find like specific information.
Yeah.
Imagine doing this in the Meso Terminal.
Yeah.
Like
It should be
a
for every
dungeon that
dungeon,
consists
I would
of
say.
like 6 lines.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think this is like I think a very boring restriction, but I think it is one they would have to consider is that they're physically made for 4 people and it's not MMO scale.
That's
so
true.
Yeah.
you know how like old Da and like all city states are like massive doors, massive hallways. It's not really the case in the dungeons.
No.
And they might be like, oh, that's too many characters and a short field of view, and the gates and doors are tiny. So-
Maybe,
I think
yeah.
especially for post A Realm Reborn dungeons, that's definitely the case. I mean, they are way more streamlined. I feel like I have this like weird little conspiracy theory about A Realm Reborn, like base A Realm Reborn's dungeons, is that they were considering making them open world, because if you look at the initial dungeons, they are all in locations that seem to have a lot of area dedicated to them behind the map. And that's exactly what they did in 1.0 as well. They would just lock off big parts of the back of the map just so they could fit the dungeon inside. And I think maybe early in development they were like, let's do that again.
There's
and just
3 restrictions.
yeah. And then yeah.
Remember, what was it called? Like Spirit Hold or whatever. They're in the Shroud. That was like a really very mini attempt at like an open world dungeon, because
Yeah.
you go down into the crypt and then it's got the whole underground bit. But then unfortunately all the doors are blocked off. But
Yeah.
they could have done it.
Yeah, they could have.
I think this game needs more caves. And dungeons and things to like
Just-
explore. More like
that's the quote of the
interior elements to
episode.
open world zones.
Yeah, yeah. This game needs more caves. Okay, let's move on to the third point.
Well,
Yeah,
just
finish up.
Just quickly, let me say this. Mailer, I hope you're excited for the rework of Zemile's Darkhold coming in 7.4.
Yay!
Okay, last point: mini games, dailies, and interactive environments. The Moonfire Fair boat from this year has a few really fun but very simple rides. I'd love to see those types of things implemented into zones. Imagine if you could careen down Kozumauka's waterfalls as part of a little repeatable minigame. What about hang gliding through that weirdly large but deeply unused salt farm valley in Urkapacha? Also that unused
Hey, I
lake.
brought that up last week.
Also, that unused lake in Urkapacha. Put a manatee auspice down there that we can swim to.
Auspice?
Yeah, it does say that auspice down there that we can swim
Yeah.
to and get our watery fortunes told.
Why not?
What?
Why not?
Or what if that cat zaddy sheriff had you do target practice with him out behind the jail? Or what if you took over a kiosk in Solution 9 and gave people snacks and life advice?
What?
Mela, did you get a little bit of a flashback to a certain segment we used to do at the end of certain podcast episodes back in the day? Because I am. These are all systems already in place in the game. They just need to be set up in the zones. Make them repeatable quests, maybe with a few tomes as a reward for doing them each day. Summing it all up, Yoshi-P, please give us reasons to hang out in your pretty zones. What do you think, dear speakers? Best, Mr. Wolf said. If you don't know what I'm referencing, so just I'll clear that up. We used to do a segment where we read strange forum posts about like weird additions that people wanted to the into the game.
Oh,
One of
yes.
them, which will always stand out to me, was female Ahriman, big juicy lips,
Big lips.
big
big
juicy kissy lips. Like it was insane.
Oh, I liked
I
them.
love that.
You know we'll have truly jumped the shark when one All Saints Wake you see the big juicy lips are
Oh,
turn up.
Yeah.
that's a dream.
Okay.
Here's
So
the thing, Mr. Wolf said.
That's just what Gaia transforms into.
No, that would be funny.
yeah.
Here's the trouble, right? So, taking over kiosk in Solution 9, this is what it'll be. It'll be the first-person cutscene where you look left, look right, look center. Someone walks in, you click on an option, they talk to you, and it's over.
Yeah.
For the sheriff doing target practice, here's what it'll be. It'll be that first-person game where you zoom in on a can, click, and then there's a little cutscene of you shooting the can. I would love if they can.
We have a better version of that mailer. It's called Air Force One. They could expand that.
They could expand that system.
They could expand Air Force One, but unless they're willing to put it, Air Force One's a good example of like an active mini game.
Yeah.
Even though it's shit now because it's like never been expanded, that's a good one that you could expand on. But for the most part, it feels like they just, I don't know. There's something about the way they try and incorporate fun into their game, which feels like they want to restrict you. They're like, here's the thing, but it's not. It's fun, but it's not like overly fun. Okay, so don't play it too much. Play it once. It's like,
play it easy, Tiger. Okay.
Yeah, it's like, just why can't we ever have anything in this game that's just to be enjoyed?
Yeah.
So, at the current time, there is only one gold saucer.
Yeah.
And it's specifically set in Eorzea. Wouldn't it be nice if they made another casino somewhere? Well, it's not a casino, because in Japan, gold sauce is not really casino coded, but it is in the West for some reason.
Yeah.
Imagine if they made imagine if God expanded his empire to the new world.
Yeah.
Now that's
his native Terali casino.
Oh God.
Yes, and he could call it like the Golden City or something, and then everyone will try and find it.
Yeah.
See,
and this will be how we get the Shaloni Air Force One.
Yes.
I think they should just steal more often. They should just they should just make other games in 14, like other games
very
do.
colonialist of you, Rollo.
Hell yeah, brother.
But where it's like you'll play, I don't know, an event, some fucking gotcha game, and it's like here's Vampire Survivors, but like ours and like kind of.
I agree.
Yeah. Here's I mean, we do it sometimes too. There's like the running mini games, like with for the Easter event.
With Riggy. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Oh, Ziggy?
Yeah.
No, not
one of them.
Ziggy's
So I can like walk up to like a gold saucer like screen and play The Sims.
No.
Not quite The Sims.
I'm saying thematically, like you could make it.
Yeah.
Like there's also stuff they could reuse too. Like there's the dungeon exploring one from the Rising event. Like you just make other mini games from other games in here.
There's the Breakout mini game as well we had for the 10-year anniversary.
Oh yeah.
Why isn't there a version of the toy box in the gold saucer that you can play to actually get rewards? Because
why didn't they replace any of the fucking shit minigames, like the 1.0 mining minigame or fucking Crystal Toss or any other variation of the same fucking game? Why do they put the good games in?
They're a little bit too fun. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They are too
You have too much fun playing Riggy's Adventure or whatever.
Yeah, temper yourself.
Boggles my mind.
Okay. Well, we have to wrap up.
I'll just quickly, in terms of the rewards for these things in the overworld, I do actually like the idea of there being more things in the overworld. They'll not give tomes. They don't like giving you tomes for things you can do solo.
True. All right.
The bicolor gemstones.
Yeah, Jemmies is fine.
Take some Jemmies. I can always use more of those.
Yeah. Okay, that's that. Thank you, Mr. Wolfstead. Thank you.
Thanks, good
for
question.
People sending in MogMail, speakersreview.com/MogMail. Okay, it's time for another Yoshi-P interview, and this time...
Why did you give him a wine boner?
What?
Why did you give him a wine boner?
This is
that's not what I thought.
Undoctored photo of Yoshi-P
He's that fucking full mast.
Sakaguchi.
Yoshi-P's got his eyes on that.
Yeah. Okay, this is from TechRadar. And this will talk about Beastmaster, among many other things. This is also a pretty big interview.
Please, Allied Society Master.
Okay, dude.
Shut up.
I spoke with Final Fantasy XIV. I'll restart. I spoke with Final Fantasy XIV's Naoki Yoshida about Monster Hunter, Beastmaster, and the collaborations he'd love to do next. Quote, I'm a maniac about One Piece.
Thanks for spoiling the interview.
Yeah. It's like the equivalent of like every YouTube video now, where like the first minute is just the entire video, and then the video starts. Why would I need to what? Why? Different podcast. This we'll talk about this in our new podcast, Media Men. Media Men.
Yeah.
Medium Man.
That's the sequel to that's the sequel to the 2000s classic Mystery Men that I've been waiting for.
Yes. Okay. For Final Fantasy XIV online players, director and producer Naoki Yoshida likely needs no introduction. His deep love for the Final Fantasy series and often honest demeanor have endeared him in the hearts of fans for more than a decade now. While the game certainly has had its ups and downs in recent years, including a controversial shuttering of certain mods and an unease of the potential timing of the next major expansion, there is still plenty to look forward to in the current Dawn Trail patch cycle. At Gamescom 2025, I sat down with Yoshida for around 45 minutes. I quizzed him on everything from the highly anticipated Monster Hunter Wilds collaboration and Beastmaster content to his thoughts on Dawn Trail's themes and the kinds of otherworldly collaborations he'd love to add to Final Fantasy XIV. At some point, we'll get to the actual interview instead of teasing what's coming out.
No, but 45 minutes.
Yes. My interview came right off the back of the announcement of the return of Monster Hunter to Final Fantasy XIV, and vice versa, at Opening Night Live. Monster Hunter Wilds is set to get the iconic Omega as a new large monster encounter. Meanwhile, Wilds' flagship monster, Arkveld, will touch down in the world of Final Fantasy XIV. I was curious as to why Square Enix and Capcom landed on the robotic Omega for Monster Hunter Wilds, when Final Fantasy XIV has no shortage of more fitting creatures such as dragons Shinryu and Nidhogg. We were talking about Monster Hunter Wilds with the Capcom team, and they told me they wanted to achieve a sort of world view behind which lies an unknown civilization, Yoshida said. For that reason, they wanted Omega to make an appearance, because it would expand on that world view, which they have in the game. He went on
That's
to...
interesting, because that...
Yeah.
I just wanted to quickly say that, like, in the past, Yoshi-P has said that he would have wanted Nidhogg to be the next crossover in Monster Hunter, but the fact that the Monster Hunter team had a specific vision in mind makes sense as to why they went with Omega.
Yes.
Fair enough.
He went on to describe the differences between 14's Omega and the one we'll encounter in Wilds with a rather sentimental reasoning. When we think about what happened after the battle with Omega in Final Fantasy XIV, we remember that we now have a smaller Omega, which actually has a heart.
Aww.
It travels around with...
He's like a nobody. He grew his heart.
Yeah. It travels around with Alpha and the Chocobo. And so, from a player's perspective...
the Chocobo.
Oh yeah, with Alpha the Chocobo. And so, from a player's perspective, they might feel bad for attacking the Omega that we now know.
Yes.
Well, no, because the one in Monster is not like one...
No, that's not the same.
Less than a foot tall. He's not like a little tiny little robot.
Well, no, the specific reason that the one in Monster Hunter is called Omega Planetes is because it's not supposed to be our Omega. It's supposed to be another of the same robot species as Omega that didn't end up coming to our planet.
Okay, okay. Yoshida,
that's fair enough.
I don't know why. It could have just been the same Omega because he time traveled.
Because that's what Omega does. It travels through... Well, whatever. Yoshida kept quiet in terms of story, but said we can expect the adorable Alpha and Omega pair to make an appearance in Wilds alongside our hunters. The Final Fantasy XIV team has also been supervising the story, so we can expect something, hopefully, of similarly high quality. As for the Final Fantasy XIV side of things, Yoshida didn't give much away about our encounter with Arkveld. I asked if it would take the form of a trial, large-scale boss fights in Final Fantasy XIV, similar to the inclusion of Rathalos. Uh-oh. Are we twitching? Well, it's not on my end. This is Twitch's fault now.
I'm getting a little bit of issue.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Well, we'll just
It's a little bit on our.
have to power
Yeah, Discord's rough.
Your connection.
We'll soldier through. Even if there is a delay now, we have to soldier through. All right, we're recording anyway. Similar to the reinclusion of Rathalos and Stormblood expansion, Yoshida said to expect more details at the upcoming Tokyo Game Show in September, and that the content for both titles has been designed so that both casual and hardcore players can enjoy it. This does line up with how trials go traditionally, with both normal and extreme difficulty encounters available, so it sounds likely that this will be the case for Arkveld at the very least, but let's wait and see. Briefly, I moved the conversation over to what plans might be for Final Fantasy XIV's level cap. Each and every expansion so far has raised the level cap for all jobs, besides limited jobs like Blue Mage and the upcoming Beastmaster by 10. As of Dawntrail, we're now at a satisfyingly round 110. Sorry, no, 100. With such a clean number, and with concerns that any further increases could make grinding levels a slog or intimidate new players, I asked Yoshida if there were plans to change things up for 8.0. We are doing various discussions in the development team, Yoshida replied, and the next direction we're taking has already been decided. Though for us, the important thing is not the level itself. It's providing that sensation of steady growth to the player. Having said that, he continued, level as a concept is something that is common across RPGs in general, so it's an easy to understand concept. What Yoshida said next has me inclined to believe that the level cap will indeed increase again, this time to 110 if we're following traditional patterns. When it comes to the question about whether this is going to be a permanent policy moving forward, that's still another thing we would need to discuss down the line. At the end of the day, we need to think about how we can deliver that sensation of growth, and there's no firm answer behind that. So as of right now, we can't say what scheme there will be in terms of level cap being lifted or any details behind that. But what I can say is that we have decided on the next direction. On a
non-answer.
No, yeah. On a similar note.
It was a very long response for. I feel like I didn't get much out of that.
No, it's a classic Yoshi-P answer. On a similar note, I wanted to ask Yoshida about how the team plans to evolve jobs and the battle system in Final Fantasy XIV moving forward. At level 100, many jobs, if not most, are beginning to feel like they've reached their logical conclusion. Not only do most jobs have some form of big flashy burst window finisher, think Reaper's Perfectio or Bard's Radiant Encore, but Dawntrail started introducing traits that upgraded our role actions, abilities that are shared between all tank, healer, and damage-dealing roles, instead of exclusively job-specific upgrades. We do have quite a big plan for jobs moving forward, said Yoshida, but it is quite difficult for me to convey the nuances at this time. When it comes to the current content that we have in terms of battles and design, we don't want to destroy that experience as it is right now. So keeping that in mind, we don't want to incorporate major changes to that, but what we do want to do is make jobs more interesting for players to use. I'm personally expecting reworks for jobs that currently feel a little underwhelming, like Summoner, but I'm curious to learn about any universal changes beyond that.
They've had the biggest changes.
Yes. What this big plan entails, be that a shake-up to the universal 2-minute burst rotation or added depth or complexities, remains to be seen.
They're not changing Summoner 2 patch expansions after they did a complete rework of it.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe they're brave enough. Also, hold on. I'm gonna try and switch the region for us. It's very crunchy.
There's going to be a blip, viewers. There's going to be a blip. Although, I do have a feeling this might be my ISP again. Ooh. And they were never heard from again. Oh, it did work. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have the warning on your stream anymore. Okay.
The warning might come. I think I see it again. My ISP is having issues over the week. They said the issue will be fixed by the 25th completely. So this might just be how the stream will go today. All right. I then had a chance to speak with Yoshida about one of Dawntrail's most highly
Okay.
anticipated pieces of content, the new Beastmaster limited job. Much like Blue Mage, Beastmaster will presumably differ from standard Disciples of War and Magic jobs, including Monk, Dark Knight, and Black Mage, in that it will have its own unique progression systems. Beastmaster was
It's very specific.
For example,
All right.
Beastmaster was revealed in the run-up to Dawntrail's release, but we haven't heard much of it on it since then. Thankfully, Yoshida was able to shed some light on the limited job for me, including an estimated release window. Regarding the release, I'll be clear, said Yoshida. It is scheduled to be released in the patch 7.5 series. That means we can likely expect to see the content arrive around spring to summer of 2026. Quite a while to wait then.
Hey, only one more year.
Yeah.
I love getting told about content that's coming 2 years later.
Yay!
In terms of the concept, you ally yourself with monsters, then these monsters grow so that they can join you in dedicated battle content. This is going to be something completely different to anything we've done in Final Fantasy XIV before, and is exclusive to this limited job. We've been investing a lot of resources into developing this content, and the team is super excited about it. Okay, well that's...
I mean, that description makes it sound interesting.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's necessarily if it's not just going to end up being Blue Mage under a different skin, but we'll see.
We'll see.
Do you think it would have been better? I think if I'm remembering the FanFest schedule, I think the first one is before 7.5, but maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe they should have done what they did with Blue Mage and held off on the Beastmaster announcement until the FanFest for the next expansion, if it's going to be this far away.
I agree. Yeah, I
Yes.
think that would have been better. Because, I mean, I've lost most of, like, the hype around Beastmaster. I just need to... Like, I don't even know what it is. I have no information to go on, so, like, what's the point of getting
Yeah.
excited? Like, just show me gameplay and then I'll be excited.
It's yeah. I mean, I'm happy they told us. That way, maybe it's a little less likely to get canceled.
Yeah.
That's true.
Or removed. But I guess they did it with Blitzball before too. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just I just want to see it. I just want to know if it'll be something that will hold me over as like a big thing to do in between the next expansion.
Yeah.
I
That's
hope it
true.
is. It might be. Maybe.
Yeah.
I hope it's good, yeah. I wonder when the Blue Mage update will be then, this expansion.
Oh,
Never.
yeah.
It has to be it has to be next patch if it's happening at all, because they're not going to drop it in the same patch as Beastmaster.
Well, yeah.
I asked if the Beastmaster questline would tie into the Shadowbringers expansion's Save the Queen content. During that, we dealt with an Imperial Beastmaster Lion and got to witness his power and beast taming firsthand as we aimed to help liberate the Bosnian Southern Front from the Garlean Empire's control. Yoshida's answer was interesting. From a lore perspective, there will be a connection between Save the Queen and Beastmaster. That said, Save the Queen is not part of the main scenario questline, so of course some players haven't experienced it. So with that in mind, there will be a connection, but whether or not characters from Save the Queen will make an appearance, I'm keeping that under wraps for now.
Well,
I mean,
it sounds like he's saying they won't, but I would hope they would.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's still exciting because it means that that's another chance to delve into Evilise lore to a certain extent if it's tied into there.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
And more grounded, like, lore within the world we know as well. Because
Yes.
it's Ilsabard, isn't it, where they are?
Yeah.
Or is it the south of Othard?
Oh, no,
I can't
that's-
remember.
I don't think. I think that's off. I think that's Othard.
Yeah. Might be.
It was kind of on the like border, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still cool though.
Final Fantasy XIV Online is no stranger to collaborations with other brands and franchises. The upcoming crossover with Monster Hunter Wilds will mark the second time Square Enix and Capcom have collaborated, but there have been plenty of others throughout the online game's experience. These include collabs with Dragon Quest, Yokai Watch, and Fall Guys. Just for fun...
Existence.
Oh, Existence, yes. Just for fun, I quizzed Yoshida on other collaborations he'd love to bring to Final Fantasy XIV, no matter how ridiculous or unrealistic. Yoshida has spoken about his love for Diablo and World of Warcraft in the past. which he reiterated here. But there are others he'd like the chance to work with too. I'm a maniac about One Piece, he said, and I'm a super fan of Evangelion as well. Oh, and it goes without saying, but Gundam too. But yes, as a fan of Diablo, I've spent many thousands of hours playing the game, and I never ever got sick of it. I love Diablo so much that I would want to make a Diablo game myself, and I have huge respect for all the staff working at Blizzard, not only as a gamer, but as a developer. So I really would love to achieve some sort of collaboration with them. This is not the first time he's like floated this like wish, an idea to have a crossover with Diablo. But yeah, surprisingly, sorry, we have just a massive delay. There is no room for discussion at this point. I'll just soldier through this interview. Surprisingly, Yoshida then turned the question back at me, wondering what collaboration I'd like to see in Final Fantasy XIV. Being a huge Tekken fan, I didn't hesitate to say I'd love to see a crossover with the Bandai Namco fighting game, perhaps as a new trial against Devil Kazuya. Kazuya? Yoshida seemed to really
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I want to see Godbird do Wind God Fist on someone.
Yoshida seemed to really like this answer, of course mentioning Final Fantasy XVI protagonist Clive Rossfield's inclusion as a guest character in Tekken 8. Oh, that's interesting, he remarked. Of course, for Final Fantasy XVI, we did work with the Tekken team, and we do have a close relationship with them, so I will let them know. There you go, folks. If we do end up getting a Tekken collaboration in Final Fantasy XIV, you know who to thank. Joking, obviously. Closing out the interview, I wanted to get Yoshida's thoughts on the thematic parallels between Endwalker and Dawntrail. If you're unaware, Endwalker marked the endpoint of, at that time, the near decade-long Hydaelyn and Zodiark story arc. I hate that. Dawntrail then marked a new beginning for Final Fantasy XIV in terms of story, transporting Warriors of Light to the far-flung western continent of Tural. What begins as a quest for us to help facilitate a rite of succession to the Dawn Throne morphs into an well, we don't really need the... no, maybe we do. Succession to the Dawn Throne morphs into an unapologetically sci-fi adventure, but overall, Dawntrail dealt heavily with the themes of death and the world we leave behind for those who come after us. It's quite the mirror to Endwalker, which encouraged players to find the beauty in the life they have and reject nihilism. The thing we wanted to convey in Endwalker was that even when you reach the end of something, that's not the end of everything, and players should not give up. There's still hope, and we wanted to give them the strength and hope to do their best to endeavor for tomorrow, Yoshida said. When it came to Dawntrail, we didn't want to ask the question of what that tomorrow would be, or the end of the world. Instead, we wanted to convey more about the reason behind what death is, and what is the meaning of the end. The reason why we pose these questions is because in our real-life society right now, there's a continued evolution of the digitization of everything, and with that in the backdrop, we wanted to approach the question of how will we live tomorrow? And that is the question that we're posing in the story moving forward. As for where the main story could go from here, I also asked Yoshida if he was able to tease any upcoming locations Warriors of Light have heard much about, namely Mericidia, a huge region of much importance to the story that we otherwise know little about. I can't provide any specific details, replied Yoshida, but I have already decided when Mericidia will make an appearance and how. But what I can say is that it is going to be quite a while away. When it comes to that point in the story, we will be facing a lot of mysteries, but it is going to be quite some time ahead. But I do want you to express to your readership, that's you, that I am thinking about it very properly and firmly.
Well, unfortunately, we're on an insanely massive delay, so who knows if anything will actually happen here. But this would have been a very interesting talking point about the fact that Mericidia is a long time in the future.
Yeah.
10.0.
Well, probably, yeah.
I kind of like that because it means that they want... Because if we get to Mericidia, then that's just another thing that's going to make our world feel smaller.
Yeah.
As long as Mericidia is out there, it still feels like there's so much more to explore in our world. Mm-hmm. Even just the small... Because, like, they need a big area to make an expansion, is what it feels like. They can't just make an expansion based on let's take a little bit of other than Endwalker, but that was a special circumstance. Like, they don't like to do things like, let's just take a little bit of Eorzea we haven't explored, a little bit of Ilsabard, a little bit of Othard. Like, they need a focus region to build around.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it seems that way.
Yeah. Well, that's the interview. We are.
All right, it's a good one.
Yeah. Worth checking
And
it out.
just as your internet seems to be clearing up.
Yeah. Well, it is. It's just very unstable, but it is. Yeah, it is clearing up a little. So, that's the end of the show, everybody. We got through it. I got a little worried there that we would have to end the show prematurely, but we got through it.
Yeah.
Now to see if we'll survive the post show. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll be back next week, same time, same place. Remember to follow on our socials, SpeakersXIV, twitch.tv/SpeakersXIV, youtube.com/SpeakersXIV, exclamation Discord in chat if you're watching live to join our Discord server, and if you're watching on demand, links in the description. Remember Spooktober, the schedule should be up by the time you're seeing this on YouTube. That's speakersXIV.com/Spooktober25. If you're watching live, we'll be answering questions from the Syndicate. See you there. Bye!
Bye.
Bye.